Hello traders, welcome back to our weekly Forex analysis, where we'll be reviewing the trades for the coming week to identify opportunities that we are going to capitalize on. As we are already in the new week, being Sunday today, I want to know that there is a need to follow analysis and follow your analysis and trade without fear. If you do so, while trading on correct strategies, you are sure gonna win the day. And now let's move to EURUSD, and this is EURUSD on the weekly time frame. From the analysis I've done already, the EURUSD is on a sort of triangle. So I'm expecting this triangle to control the movement of the EURUSD for the coming week. Now there is indication the EURUSD has indicated to open inside this triangle. From what I can see, this is a very positive opportunities for the bull. The EURUSD has gapped up a bit and is going to open on this triangle. So what are we expecting? I will be looking for a situation whereby the EURUSD will approach the edge, the apex of this triangle, from where it will bounce a bit before taking up to the outside. So definitely that will sort of indicate that our bias is long, is going to be on the long side. So we'll be looking for a buy precisely. If you look here, you will understand that the pair is already on a strong support level. This is a strong support on this pair and it's already down there. So we are already operating at a strong support, and this support has held several times. It has been a support. It has continued to maintain a support, so we are on a very strong supportive area. So we are confident that the EURUSD is going to bounce on this support in order to take off to the upside. So let's see what the other time frame is telling us. Let us see another time frame. This is a weekly time frame. Let's move over to the daily time frame. Correct, this is the daily time frame, and you can see where this is a support area, and this support has held, and EURUSD has found support on this zone and is about to take off. And this week is about the beginning of the week. The EURUSD has indicated to open on this region, so it has even opened above the support area. So that's an indication that the week is actually highly bullish, and as such, it is good for we traders to follow the winning trend. So we are going to be looking for the buy. Mind you, any trades you can actually begin to buy immediately on this trade and you make a lot of profits. So let's expect that a week we all go well for all the bulls in the markets. Get ready to position yourself on the long side of the EURUSD for this week. We should always be looking for positive bars, positive candles that indicates, give signals for a buy. So if you do that, your trade is going to be more profitable for you for the coming week. Now let's also look at the 4-hourly time frame. From the 4-hour time frame, you can see that the structure we have here, if you understand your structure very well, this structure is a rectangle. It's a rectangular structure from this point to this point, and from this point here. So when you look at it very well, you discover that what we actually have here is a rectangle from your school mathematics. You should know, don't mind my drawings. From your school mathematics, you know the structure of a rectangle. So that is what we have here. This is the structure of a rectangle. And for many days, for many days, the trade has been operating on this rectangle, going like this. So this is what has been happening on this rectangle. So if you are a scalper, what you could have simply be doing is you buy here, take your profit here, then you buy at the lower level here at the support base, take your profit here, you buy at the lower level here, take your profit here, you buy here, take your profit here. But this situation cannot continue to occur, without end. It cannot continue to happen indefinitely. A time will certainly come where there will be breakout of this triangle, and that is what we are witnessing. And it looks like this week is actually going to be that week where there will be breakout of this rectangular structure. So in the previous week, those that understand their structure would have made a lot of gain on this rectangle. A situation whereby you could buy here, then you take your profit here, also sell again, and then take your profit when it comes to the support level, buy again, take your profit here when it comes to the resistance level, then sell here, then buy here, sell here, buy here, then sell here, take your profit here, then buy and take your profit here. But this is a new week, so what are we expecting for the new week? See, look at what has happened. The pair has indicated to open above the rectangle. So this is where the EURUSD is opening for the new week, and it's opening in what looks like a bottoming tail bar. If this bottoming tail bar is sustained and it ends here after 4 hours, you should be salivating. What do I mean by that? You should be getting ready for a massive buy, for a profit of a lifetime. So that's what I mean, a profit that can actually give you all the things that you have been missing. So I will be salivating, expecting the pair to end with a bottoming tail bar of this nature. And what is going to happen is that you will see another candle, another candle, another candle, another candle. So this is what I'm expecting to see. So if we are to buy anywhere along this zone, or if we are to buy here, we are expecting to take our profit here. So if we are to be more conservative, what we will be looking for is any situation whereby this pair will appear to break down and either recovers here or break down to the bottom. If there's a breakdown of this pair to this region, we will thank our God, because we are going to buy at a massive discount. So what we do is we quickly place our trade here, and then by the time it gets here, we are already in so much profit. So we take half of our profit here. Let's say we are $1,000 up. We simply take $500 here, and then allow the rest to continue to move until it gets to this point. This is our ultimate target. Once it gets here, we take all of our profits and then wait for the next opportunities in another day or in another week per se. So that is what we are looking to see. So for this week, we are expecting a buy on EURUSD, where we stand with the bulls. Moving on, this is gold. So we're gonna analyze gold now and see whether there are opportunities for gold. From what I can see, actually certainly there are big opportunities that we can capitalize on gold. So from what I have here on my chart, I can see that the opportunities are setting itself up for grabs. So gold seems to have been trapped in a triangle. Whenever you see any sort of triangle of this nature, just know that we are expecting a massive explosion in price. We can see that gold here has been bouncing on a lot of support following this triangle. At this point, it was a support for gold. This support for gold, this another support, this another support. So gold has been holding this support for a period of time, and we are expecting this support to continue to hold. Now mind you, this is gold on a daily chart. So whatever you see here, each candle represents a full day of trading, and this is how it has set itself up. So what are we expecting for the coming week? We are expecting a very interesting week, a week whereby we are gonna increase our profits. So our profits gonna swell up this week if we do the needful, and I believe that opportunity is setting itself up here. I'm expecting gold to continue to bounce on this triangle. This is what I'm expecting to happen. So I'm expecting a bounce. You can see from this point it bounced on this triangle, move up, came down again, move up again, came down again. So this support level is being maintained. It has never gone down past this support level, and this point, the point of resistance, is being held. So that is what we mean by a triangle, a series of equal support and resistances. So we are expecting a breakout of this triangle. Whenever you see any sort of triangle like this, know that that pair has been trapped in it, and what the pair is expecting to do is either to break up upwards, or it will break down downwards. So it most times any of these two, either of the two normally happen, but on this particular case, I want to believe that gold is setting itself up for a move up to the upside. All right, so what are we going to do? We are going to watch this triangle carefully and see when we notice any sort of breakout out of this triangle, we are going to pile up our trade to the upside, and we are going to make a lot of gains. So I'm expecting a situation whereby there's going to be breakout of this triangle, and when that happens, it means that our opportunity has come calling to our face. All right, so let me see the other time frame. Let's see the weekly time frame. Actually, I want to see the setup on the weekly time frame to confirm that what we are seeing on the daily time frame is right. So this is the higher time frame, and this is a weekly time frame. So if you look at what I did here, it shows that the pair is following a channel on the weekly time frame. So, and there has been a breakout of this channel by gold. Gold has broken out of this channel and is now bouncing on top of the channel. That is also a positive indication that the pair is ready to continue to move up to the upside. So what's based on this technical analysis, what are we expecting for the coming week? I'm expecting a week whereby gold will maintain its support and continue to move up to the upside. In the previous week, gold sort of moved sideways, then fell down a bit. But this time around, in the coming week, I'm expecting a full recovery of gold. And by the way, on Tuesday, Jerome Powell, the governor of the central bank, is going to be speaking. And his statement normally moves the markets. So I'm expecting that he might say something that will be supportive of gold, and gold is going to capitalize on it to move to the upside. So on Wednesday, there will be FOMC statement. Definitely this is another news event that normally propels gold. So I'm expecting that either statement from Jerome Powell or FOMC statement is going to be a catalyst for gold to continue to rise. Thirdly, there is another point I want you to note. The hedge funds and the money managers, the activities in the market is something that also moves the market and is worth monitoring and taking note of. Recently, in the coming weeks and the previous weeks also, the money managers and hedge funds has been increasing their portfolios on gold. They have been rebalancing their portfolio, and they are also looking for opportunity to pile up their trades on gold. So any situation whereby you see gold break and appear as if it is breaking down a bit, just know that they are getting ready to push the bear to the upside. So because presently all their positions are on the long side, so we have to stand in the same direction that they are. If you check the COT report, commitment of traders report, then you will see that the hedge funds and the managers and money managers have positioned themselves on the long side. There you see that the activities on the long side from the COT report is actually by far higher than the activities on the short side. And you cannot know this except by the use of the COT report. So from there, you can see that the money managers has positioned themselves for the long side, and if you want to do better, it's better you position yourself in the same direction as these big and institutional players. So they are looking for opportunity whereby they will fool the retail traders and then take their trades to the upside. Even in this week, even if gold fell to break out as we expected, just know that in the coming days following the week, you should be expecting a big breakout of gold to the upside. So that is our expectation, and hopefully that is what we are gonna get. So this channel has been broken out already, and from technical analysis, a positive sign for the bulls. So I will expect a situation whereby the pair will continue to move in this manner until it will gather momentum and then move massively to the upside. So we are going to be careful for the coming week, noting that the statement of Jerome Powell can rattle the market, as well as the FOMC statement, which is due to come out on Wednesday. So while Jerome Powell is speaking on Tuesday, on Wednesday will be FOMC statement, and that is sure going to move the market. And we are only believing that it's going to move the market in our favor, and our bias is the long side. So we are expecting the goods to respect this analysis and then give us the gains that we desire. So that being the case, if we are to place this trade, we will wait for gold to come down to the base of this trend line, the support trend line. Once it comes down towards this arena, this region, that is where we are going to buy it. So once gold begin to approach any level here, we are going to place our trade, and we are going to help that the trade is gonna succeed. All right, so for the coming week, our bias on gold is nothing but the long side. So we are going for a buy on gold, and then see how it proceeds. Moving on, we are now on GBPUSD, and this is the weekly chart of the GBPUSD. So what are we seeing on GBPUSD at this point in time? I am looking at the GBPUSD, and it's actually setting up for another buy. This is a buy. So what I'm expecting is for the pair to make moves on this, to also make a move of this nature. So I'm expecting a kind of a sluggish move around this point, especially on top of this triangle that I've drawn. There's been a breakout of this particular triangle, and I expect the pair to also capitalize on that and to move to the upside. So when you look at this point in time, you discover that this was a support and this was a support. So I'm expecting another support around this region. So I'm expecting a support on this region. So that means there's going to be up and down movement on this area. Then it will now take up to the upside. So to be conservative enough, when the pair eventually kicks up, I want to be conservative enough, because what do I mean by that? What I mean by that is a situation whereby I will take my profit anywhere around this region. Once the pair moves towards this resistance, I will cash out. Alright, the reason for that is because I'm also expecting a situation whereby ultimately this pair is going to break down. I'm expecting that any moment, it could be before the end of this week or by next week. I'm expecting a breakdown of the GBPUSD. So that is my expectation from fundamental analysis, as well as the market insider market intelligence, looking at the COT report and some other analysis and reports. I'm expecting that along the line, in the course of 1 week and for 2 weeks, there may be a breakdown of the GBPUSD. but for the interim, for the moment, because as traders we need to trade the moment, we need to trade what we see at the moment. We don't need to wait for the future. For example, what is the use of next week or next month to a trader that wants to make his profit within the next 20 to 30 minutes? You see, it's not. Even if the news is negative, what's the essence of 10 minutes to that trader? Because no matter what is going to be occurring, no matter what the news might be saying, as far as the trader has been able to make his profit within the next 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, or thereabout, what is going to happen in the next week or in the coming 3 days does not concern that trader, because he has already made his profit. So what we are talking about is not what is going to happen in the next month or thereabout, but what we can see at the moment. So at the moment, we want a situation where we make our money and then take our profits. So what happens thereafter is not our business. So even if at the end, before the next 2 weeks, the pair reverses again and then breaks down to this region, it is none of our business. So we trade what we see, not what we think or what we anticipate, but what we can see at a point in time. So at the point in time, we are seeing up. So we are going to stand by that and then plan for it. All right. Moving on, this is AUDUSD, and this is the weekly chart. So let's look at what is happening on this chart. From what I've seen here, there is already at the support level, on a very supported area. So what is likely going to happen is that the bear will likely hold on the support. So this is support, this is support, and this is support. So the whole of this one, we are on a support area. So the pair is likely to hold on this support as a point of moving to the upside. So as traders, we are going to buy in a way that appears to be very intelligent and very economical. All right, so we are likely to wait for this pair to fall down again towards this region. Anywhere around this region is where we are going to enter our trade. And mind you, I'm using the weekly charts to analyze it, and I think everything I need is actually on this weekly chart, so I can easily have taken my decision on this at this point in time. So any bounce on this support area again, so I'm going to hold on it. So what I will do is allow the pair to move down towards this base, from which point I will now buy. So we are looking for a buy on AUDUSD. I've noticed myself that more often than not, whenever USD, EURUSD is buying, GBPUSD also tends to be buying, as well as the AUDUSD, that's the Australian dollar. They appear to always, tend to go the same direction majority of the time. But you need to pinpoint your trade and make sure that you are spot on your entry. That is what we ensure that you make a profit each time you trade on this space. So we are looking for our profit, and the take profit portion is also very important. Where do we make our target when we place this trade? So we are going to be taking our profit on the nearest key resistance areas. So now I'm looking to take my profit around this region. So this is the nearest key resistance area for me. This was a very powerful resistance in the past. This zone, this zone. So I will expect a situation whereby this pair we pull the string to move to at least not less than 100 pips of profit. So because I expect this region to sustain its support. So if that being the case, if the support is sustained, so I'll be looking to take my profit on this level. So that will be our goal for the coming week, to buy low and then sell high. So that is it. So coincidentally, this region will also serve as our selling point. Once it gets to this point, we can quickly place a sell trade, even if it's for a scalp, and make a big profit to the downside. But if we don't mind, we might decide to just take our profit from the buy trade and then move on. But if we are interested in still placing a trade, this zone can also make for a very good opportunity to sell and make our gain. So alright, so for the coming week, I will expect the pair to show some kind of sluggishness around this zone and then picking up later to go to the outside. At the same time, I expect our trade to be a sell trade around this region. So hopefully we are going to get everything we desire from this trade. Moving on, this is USDCHF, and this is the daily chart of the USDCHF. So what's happening on this chart? From the trend line that I've drawn, which I traversed through a lot of points, and I've gotten to this point in time, we will discover that this trend line, has passed through a lot of resistance and support level. From here, this trend line was a support, and it was a resistance here. It was a resistance here, and this is a breakout candle passing through this trend line, and then thereafter it broke down again of the trend line, and then moved to it again and couldn't break out of it. Then a bounce. So it's like this. So what are we expecting to happen? I will expect the bear, as it has moved up again to this point, to still bounce. So this is what I'm expecting. To me, the direction is on the downside. So based on this trend line, I so much respect that trend line, and prices has been respecting it as well. So I'm expecting this pair to, as it has moved up to it again, there's going to be a bounce out of it. So we are expecting that bounce, and that is what we are going to capitalize to trade to the downside. And that happens, what are we going to do? We would prefer to play it safe and take our profit on the nearest support level. So where is the nearest support level? At least on this region, this is the nearest support level. So if we allow it to move to this point, then we sell it and take our profit here, and then let the rest be history. Thereafter, we don't care about what eventually happened, whether it's going to move up again to the upside or whether it's going to continue moving down. But what's important is that we have capitalized on it and then taken our profits. So that is the most important thing. And when you look at this other trend line, you discover that here was a resistance. Here was a resistance. This is the first time that the candlestick is getting to that point again. So we are expecting this is our expectation now. We are expecting this point to also serve as a resistance. If it's going to serve as a resistance, that means that we are selling and then taking our profit on the nearest support level. So that is what we are planning to do with USDCHF, and this is the daily time frame. So we are expecting to succeed with this trade. All right. So the same way, we are already at the sell zone. So what do we make out of this sell zone? What we do is position for a sell. It's possible we start selling immediately, or at the point in time when you begin to notice any red candle around this region, means that it's a wake-up call for your selling and for you to take advantage of the opportunity for the sell side to cash out as fast as possible, especially when the pair gets to this, to the support level of this chart, especially around this region. All right, that is it, and we are expecting to make gains for the coming week, and hopefully the pairs, the currency pairs that we have analyzed, we respect our analysis and then go our direction. That is our expectation, and we are going to do it, and we are going to win. So that is it. So this is the channel that supports your analysis from week in, week out. So it will be a beautiful thing if you can subscribe as a way of encouraging us to keep doing what we are doing and to keep producing, wonderful tutorials that will aid your trading. So give us a thumbs up and then subscribe for more on this channel. Moving on, we are now on USDCAD on daily chart. This is the daily chart of the USDCAD, and we are looking at our trade opportunities for the coming week. So from my chart, I can see that the pair is already going down, having formed a resistance, a visible resistance here. This resistance is being respected. So it's being respected, and as such the pair is going down. So what are we expected to do? We are actually expected to position ourselves, at least temporarily, to sell the USD card. So Canadian dollar is gonna be, is gonna be going down. All right. So Canadian dollar is actually gonna go down, and then the USD card is gonna go down. So that is what we are expecting. We are going to see the weakening of the USD dollar as against the Canadian dollar, and as such this pair is gonna go down as the Canadian dollar gains strength. This pair is gonna be pulled down. So what are we expecting? This resistance is going to hold, and as it has held, that's why you see this red candle that has already positioned itself here. So my expectation is that this pair is going to go down till it gets to the base of this horizontal line, and by the time that happens, you must have made a good deal of profit. So I'm expecting a market that will range for a short period of time, a situation whereby you can buy at the base of this triangle and sell at the top. Is going to happen in such a manner again. So for example, if someone has bought at this base, they could have sold here and then make at least not less than 8 pips of profit, which is sufficient enough for you to live by. So what are we expecting for the coming week? We are going to sell the USDCAD. At least we are going to sell it up to this point. So all things being equal, we will sell up to this point and make our profits. Let us see what is happening at the lower time frame. So let's see what's going to happen at the lower time frame. Oh, that's great. So this is the horizontal line that we have drawn. So what I'm expecting is a situation whereby this pair is going to get to this point. So when we get to this point, this will be our buy zone. So anything around here, you have to be very careful because you're already at the buy zone. So this is going to be our buy zone. So if the pair breaks down and comes to this point, that is fine. That's where we are going to position for a buy. But for the time period, we are going to be looking for a sell that will drag it down to this buy zone. Then from here we'll be, reshuffling our trade and repositioning for a buy. So that is what we are going to do. We are going to be buying low. When it comes to this point, we are going to buy and also sell. When we buy here, then likely we will be looking to sell here. We'll be looking to sell here, and that will be quite good. So let us be looking to see what the week will turn out to. But at this time out, what we do is to quickly sell here and then expect that we pick our profits at the base of this region, at this buy zone. So when you see the pair breaks down to this point, expect the pair to quickly move up again, because there will be a lot of buyers looking here and waiting. So for now, sell and pick your profit and reposition your trade for a buy. So that's what I see for the coming week on USDCAD.